You're watching K-Texas with Owen Simpson.
A Texas judge suspended the FDA's approval of the drug while a Washington state judge ruled it should remain available in at least 17 states, making it likely that the case will ultimately end up before the Supreme Court.
The Hubbard Creek Rangers are playing behind me right now. It's a group of boys from Albany and Breckenridge. And in fact, in case you couldn't tell already, like every other summer here in Abilene, it is incredibly hot. I talked with league officials earlier this afternoon who said they're trying their best to keep these kids safe in this record-breaking heat.
The survey also found those celebrating will spend nearly $200 on average.
I did not spend that much. Sorry to my wife. You're not going to get $200 of gifts tomorrow. The Dallas Mavericks were hoping for change after trading for Kyrie Irving. However, it was change they didn't want. The city's mayor released a statement following the incident, saying in part, it is imperative that we take immediate and collaborative action to address the underlying causes of gun violence, such as poverty, inequality, and mental health, while also implementing meaningful gun safety legislation to protect our communities. We hear a lot about virtual reality, computer-generated surroundings that make what you see right in front of you seem real. So the department named him Officer Percy after the street he was found on. Officer Percy now has his own tiny K9 harness and is serving as the department's wellness and support officer. Love that story.
One of the cutest bunnies I have ever seen. Well, thanks for watching K-Texas News at 10. Hope you all had a happy Easter.
K-Texas Sports Sunday is next. Have a great week. If you happen to visit Winters High School on Fridays, you'll probably see rooms like this. No students, teachers, or busy hallways after class.
My dad has been pushing for this for a long time. He's the superintendent, and so he was happy to finally get this implemented.
In May, Winters ISD decided to transition from the traditional school week and instead only meet Monday through Thursday.
I was excited. I would just go class to class and sit there, and then whenever we got the announcement, I was excited for it.
With this change, athletics felt the impact. The football pep rally was and still is held on Fridays. With no classes that day, it certainly has a different feel than normal.
Starting the first game in district is when we started our 4-day school week, and so I think just that little transition there. But like I said, each week we had more and more people at the pep rallies, and so I don't think it's been, any kind of issue or anything like that, and people are still coming out supporting and all that.
While it may have some disadvantages, it does help the coaches have more time with their players, and student athletes don't miss as many classes.
It gives you another day to rest. It gives you all day to rest for sports, which I was happy about too. And so I think it changed athletics for the better.
Aiden is a senior this year, but in their first district game, he tore his ACL and partially tore his MCL, sidelining him for the season.
Missing a starter really threw a kink into things, but I think they're starting to adjust and fix the hole that I left.
But as Winters has changed this year, Aiden is also changing how he can support the team despite the injury.
I still show up to practice every day. I'll go, if they're lifting, I'll go sitting there with them and cheer them on. I show up to all, like on Fridays we'll have breakfast in the mornings. I'll show up to that and show up to walkthroughs. I'm at every game. I'm still there to cheer them on.
The shorter school week has certainly been on the mind of Melinda Myers. She's a retired teacher who worked at Winters Elementary for 34 years before opening her own coffee shop in 2016.
The first thing I said was, what about the pep rally? The elementary kids made the pep rally because they yelled, they hollered, they were, so excited.
Melinda sees some of the players and teachers swing by the shop from time to time. After all, it's the only coffee shop in town. She knows what the pep rally means, having grown up in Winters, but she also knows that change can be a good thing.
I'm invested in Winters. I want to see Winters grow. I mean, Tuscola is growing. We're hoping that it's going to come this way.
When Melinda opened her coffee shop, she also hoped it would bring some positive change to downtown.
I was here when all of these buildings were stores. When I grew up, everything had something in it. I just want to see our town grow.
Change is in the air across Winters. It's schools, shops, and roads. Only time will tell what impact it makes in the long run.
Regardless of what the scoreboard says, that you got to keep working, got to keep fighting, and eventually, you know, those wins are going to come. It's just going to, you know, take a little time. We know that we're going to get there. They just have to keep chugging along and keep working.